So I am today going to do a little bit more of this little thing called Simon's Cafe. So I've got a little ways to go. I've just started it. I'm trying to find my little tripod so I can film me doing a few little bits and bobs, but I'll just show you some of the stuff on the way with this one till I find it. Obviously, living in a caravan, everything's packed away and we don't really have a lot of room. But these little kits are amazing. They actually come with everything that you need just about. So the things that I actually bought to help enhance my experience with this. Enhance your experience with Real Life. Anyway, I had to buy the craft knives and I had to buy, I bought this little board. This is like a cutting board, painting. It's got numbers and things marked, help for cutting, a ruler and a few other little bits and bobs, some clips, and I needed some pliers and a couple of other little things. So there are things that you need to buy. But just before you start these, the instructions on these are absolutely freaking atrocious. So while I was doing the lights on this, and I will show you them shortly, I totally messed up because they just didn't really make it sound like what it ended up being. So I'm going to give you a couple of little tips and hopefully you don't make the same mistakes I do. This is the nature of the game, I suppose. But anyway, I am still enjoying this. This is really fun. So this has been painted by my daughter and my son. They both painted these. I need to paint this one as well. I have to do that one the other side. So I've had to, with the lighting, come up with a little bit of a different idea for the box. And because for the most part, you see the front of this, I've had to sort of hide it at the back. But if you look in this picture, the box for the batteries and that is under here, but it didn't reach. So that was my problem. So I'm just going to potter around. I'm going to repaint this other side and I'm going to make a start on framing this up. So I'm going to do the doors, windows, start getting everything cut out, ready to make the actual house bit, the little coffee room. So you can watch me slowly get this started. But one thing I can say is absolutely priceless if you can afford one or you find one secondhand is one of these. It's a light and a magnifying glass, and honestly it's probably one of the best things, especially for me whose whose eyes are not doing the best, but it's absolutely fantastic and I really love it. I might get one of the ones that are on the stand so I can stretch it over a little bit, but this is very, very helpful. So I've been lucky to get this borrowed by my friend, my bestie. She's let me borrow it for a bit till I can afford my own. So yeah, I'm going to get on with it. So when you get these little packs, you get a box and it's got all these little items all in little bags, and everything is labelled with the number of the bag, etc. And you just kind of basically follow what the instructions say for which pieces that you need. So I'm going to be starting here. So I'm going to finish this little bit here. And then I'm going to go on to doing, where am I at? These are all the cute little things that you make with it, and plants and everything. I'm going to go over to the door and start making the door and the awning and start making all the little bits and bobs here. So I've got to do some prep work, which is up here. So I'm just going to follow this little bit and then I will show you the end result. So as I said, everything comes labelled and you just have to be a little bit careful with everything because it's all in little bits and pieces. So, you know, you get all your little bits and bobs. So basically, just if you follow your instructions to what you need, So like this is showing me I need this. It's telling me that I need to paint these. So I'm going to just quickly paint that because then that will be dry. And then I've just got some measuring that I need to do, which I'm going to do now. So obviously I'm measuring around here and then that's ready to go. So I have to just do some markings and measurings, and that's where I'm at. So I have to base this on the mark on the illustration paper. So over here underneath all of this, which I will have to move out everything now, is that's just an addition, is my little marking paper, and underneath that it shows me what I need to do. If you have a look at that, that's what I have to do. So I have to just make sure everything's marked out as per that. And so I'll just measure what the measurement is and mark that out. So that's the first step of this. I'm going to do that and then I'll show you the next step. So I've done my measuring and it looks like this one. Now I'm going to paint and then I will be ready to do some more constructing. So I have just spent about an hour sitting here pottering and doing a few things. So I have finished this little window. It's got some like plastic on it. I finished painting these. I have also just sat and, oh gosh, dropping everything. I've done this little door. So that's the little doorway, or the door, and that's the doorway to go into the little cafe. So I've just been finishing those off. It's a bit hard to see on that, but they've got like plastic on it as well to sort of mimic glass. This was a fiddly little pain in the bum, this little thing here, the door handle, glass sort of thing on the back. I did a couple of boo-boos, but you know, has to be expected. It's kind of the first time I've done anything like this, so I've just done a few little bits and bobs. They do take a really long time. I guess the point of it, you know, you're not meant to do it all in one day. You just do a little bit at a time. And I'll probably just do this little awning thing here, and that'll probably be all I'm going to do for the day. I don't think I'll be doing any more than that. I've had enough. A couple of hours a day is enough, and probably tomorrow I'll start doing the French window and start popping on the door frames and all of this sort of stuff. So yeah, it's a few little more things to go. Trying to sort of figure out what the heck is going on there. Everything's really, the instructions in this are not good, is all I can say. Is not a lot of it, you have to just kind of troubleshoot it yourself. It's not very easy, but I am going to persevere and keep going because that's what I do and that's what this is all about. So I've done a few more little things today which I'm pretty happy about. I just need to re-glue that, it's not sitting right. Okay, I will finish off with this one today and then I will bring you back tomorrow with some more. And we will get this little thing done. It's very cute though. Look, it's got lots of little furniture and stuff that you have to make. I have to be kind of good at this stuff. I'm not that great with a teeny tiny and using my pliers and whatnot, but I reckon it'll get me good at it. That's for sure. I'm going to get better because that's what you're going to have to do, is you've got to get better at this. So I'll keep plodding along and hopefully I'll get somewhere. Anyway, and you'll see me finish this little thing. When I find my tripod, I'll do some time lapse and you can watch me do this slowly. I think like I said, I'm pretty sure I've shown you the lights that I've done. So I've already done these little light things. That was very time consuming. So a lot of the other little stuff, once this frame is up, because this is what I'm concentrating on, is the main frame. Once that's done, the rest of it sort of will fall into place. It's lots of fun and I'm learning some new skills. I'm not the best at it, but I'm getting there, and I've made some boo-boos, but you know, that's part of life, isn't it? You know, we make boo-boos. So I'm going to plod along and keep doing the awning and then I will finish the rest of the front here tomorrow and start constructing the rest of it, because I think most of our little bits and bobs, other than popping that window in and putting the wallpaper on, is done structurally. I've just got to put it all together. So that's the fun part. All right, see you tomorrow. So I have done quite a few little pieces to this. I think if you're going to contemplate doing these little kits, no, the instructions are pretty poor. So you've got to kind of have a little bit of common sense and a little bit outside the box, because that's what I've just found, is that the instructions are very basic, and you just got to look at the pictures, get it in your head, read it and read it again. It's a very slow process, but it's really good. So I've done this little bit here. So if you look very, very carefully, even every single one of these teeny little letters all had to be glued on. That had to be written on there. All of these little bits and bobs had to be done. This was glued on, and then it's got some like window kind of plastic on it that you have to glue on. I've got to sort of fix up this a little bit. I think I showed you my door. I've done the door frame, I've done the window, I've got this other part. Now I'm just up to actually just about ready to construct it. So I'm just reading the instructions on how to pop this together, and I'd like to, if I can, be at the point where most of this is actually constructed, so I can start with making all the little teeny things. So this will be keeping me going for a little bit longer. Lots of little intricate and fiddly things. It's definitely not for little kids. If you've been little kids been given one of these, I don't think it's very it's going to happen. They're quite complicated, so they're actually really designed for adults or teenagers. So I'm going to keep plodding along, and I still haven't found my little tripod just to show you some time lapse, but this has just taken me hours and hours, which is great because it's actually keeping my mind busy, because I'm still stressing about not having a job at the moment, and it's a good way of just keeping me focused on something else. So I've just been enjoying it. So I'm going to carry on and construct a little bit more of this, and I will show you a little bit more when I get it done. So we're up to all the little bits and bobs inside, and we're making a start inside. I've made a little table. I haven't quite finished it yet, but there's the little, I don't know what they call it, service desk, I suppose. That's where you get served. All the lights are on now. All the main structure's done. Little table. I've done a couple of little chairs, and I've just knocked one over, which is not good because they're really finicky.
And I'm working on the piano.
And they're really hard to keep straight. Stop them from... I have to re-glue these.
And I'm working on the piano.
And Toby's working on the piano. He's just making the little cushion here. That's very cute. Silly me, I used all the fabric on here, not realising
Lucky Abby had some.
That we needed it for the piano as well, but Toby has rectified it and Abby had some spare, so we're doing that now. So you'll see the piano at the end when it's in the shop. So, oh yeah, also Toby made the little billboard today, so that's done. So yeah, lots of little bits and bobs getting done today. This was a really fiddly, time-consuming thing, these little bar stool things. Anyway, hopefully they look better in, then I feel like I did a good job with them. They're a little bit tricky. Anyway, we'll carry on.